Earth Day, a question of survival, with CBS News correspondent Walter Cronkite.
Good evening. A unique day in American history is ending. A day.
The grainy story of the day, half a century ago.
Fashionable Fifth Avenue was off limits to automobiles.
April the 22nd, 1970. Across the United States, more than 20 million Americans took part in the original Earth Day. That was 1 in 10 of the population.
Well, in 1970 in the United States, pollution had become a really serious problem. Simply breathing in the air in many of our major American cities was like smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Rivers were catching on fire, birds were going extinct, and there was a great upwelling of protest against that.
And it developed into a protest movement that continues to this day, empowered by its early success.
And it led to an era in which we passed a Clean Water Act, an Endangered Species Act, a Marine Mammal Protection Act, a Toxic Substances Control Act. We banned lead in gasoline, we banned lead in paint. It was just a remarkable period of environmental accomplishment.
50 years on, the threats posed by the climate crisis are even more pressing. For one thing, it's evident modern-day pollution has made thousands more vulnerable to the coronavirus pandemic.
We know actually that climate change is one of the drivers of pandemics, as well as being linked to severe disruption to our ability to produce food, to protect our cities from floods and storms and sea level rise.
Now on Earth Day, there are calls to seize the opportunity to recalibrate after the pandemic has passed.
I think we're seeing a ramping up of focus within the financial world, and I would say some really interesting and positive signals, really in the last few weeks, from governments saying that they are going to actually come out of this crisis in a way that leads to a much greener, much stronger economy.
Given the variety of threats we face, much depends on how we come back from COVID-19, because it's become very apparent the way humanity treats the world has a way of reflecting how the world treats humanity. They knew that back in 1970. Nick Clark, Al Jazeera.